2, 3, start.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another Bibi and Peter Show, where we put the fun back into English learning. So today we actually have a very interesting topic, right? I think Peter's going to love talking about this because he kind of suffers from this a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Hello. I was just doing something here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bibi and Peter Show. Yes, Bibi, what you were saying?
And exactly, he just proved my point. He just proved to everyone exactly what I was just saying. I said our topic today was something you'd be very interested in because it's talking about, drum roll, please. The topic is ADHD and in language learning. ADHD, Peter. Rings a bell? Rings a bell, Peter?
I think so. Is it that thing that you... Isn't it a disease or something?
No, it's not a disease, Peter. It's actually very... it's almost like a very common thing, and to call it a disease is you could be kind of labeled as being a Neanderthal.
Isn't that a disease?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I have such a problem saying that word. Yeah.
Well, it's something that I believe we need to address, Bibi, because
and rectify,
honestly,
right?
with my,
like you said, disease. We need to stop. We need to take a minute and stop calling it a disease. There's nothing wrong with having ADHD. I think every single person in the world suffers from probably one time in their life, or maybe several times in their life, with ADHD. Like you lose concentration about something. I think we need to stop making it such an ugly word. Do you agree with me, Peter?
Do you have it, Bibi? Are you one of those people that...
I have to be honest. I have to be honest. I think I do. Because especially when I'm learning Spanish, like I'm so excited and I'm sitting there and I'm like, right, today it's going to be the day, and I have my notebook, and on some days I can like sit and do it for half an hour. On other days, I'm like trying to grab my phone after 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I have a class now. Let me do this later. Oh, I'll set time for it later. Like I just don't have the concentration for it. Yeah.
I have this issue where on my browser, when I'm on the internet, I have like 20 tabs open at the same time, and I'm like trying to administrate 20 tabs and like jumping from one tab to the other, trying to either my email tab or
ADHD. ADHD.
It's hard, and then you find yourself not actually. You're kind of like
concentrating on
from one
anything.
tab.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
like
you feel bad.
Getting nothing done. Yes. Oh my God, I hate that feeling. That feeling of like just like you didn't succeed at anything you set out to do. Right? It's like I had all these grand plans and I got nothing done, and then you just go back to doom scrolling again. It's because like I didn't get anything.
I think doom scrolling. I think doom scrolling is the dark side of ADHD. As you mentioned that it's also positive. I think, one thing.
Positive in what way?
No. ADHD is positive. Doom scrolling is negative. But ADHD can be positive because you become more sensory sensitive, and you kind of experience things from a face value. I mean, I tell my students, look here. It's always passion over content. Do not commit to certain content. You do not have to focus on a certain methodology or learning style. Don't be afraid to kind of just
switch it up. Switch it up. Chop and change.
Yeah, like just fruit salad it. Just kind of mix everything up, and today. You'll maybe one learning style works, but then tomorrow it's you're a completely different person. So then it just
is so spot on. Absolutely, because like I really like the Pomodoro technique, right? So it's like 25 minutes concentrating on a task and, getting it done. But that's great on a day where you like super motivated and, you got this going. And then sometimes it's eat the frog, right? Eat the frog technique is where you do the most difficult task first. And I really think it depends on the day you're having and the day of how your stress levels are on a certain day. Like sometimes if a student comes into the class and I see that they're not the student that I know normally, and I was like, what's your stress level today? Is it 10? Is it 5? If it's 7, then they go from yeah.
That's excellent.
And then
excellent. Because
okay, I'm not going to concentrate on too much grammar today. I'm going to allow them to tell me what's wrong, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to allow them to share their feelings. Yeah. So
that's 100%
like,
because because that's Bibi, that's the new normal. Because I mean, we used to kind of grind through curriculums and pre-prescribed learning content, and it's hard to do that when life is so fast paced and so ever changing. And it's not just learners dealing with ADHD; it's also educators. So we're having ADHD from both sides of the room, so to speak. Both sides of the coin.
So we've established that ADHD is not a bad thing. Like at some point in time, we all suffer from it, right? So it shouldn't be something frowned upon as like, oh my God, he's got ADHD, like you've got a disease or something, right? That's definitely not it.
No prejudice.
But how do we? I don't want to use the word overcome, right? Because it sounds like we need to manage or solve a problem. I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a way of life, right? Because technology is part of us and we're all suffering from some type of ADHD. But how do we manage it? Yeah. When we're having those bouts, like that feeling of ADHD, what do you think we should be doing? Like just to wrap this up, because I don't want our students suffer from ADHD listening to us go on for too long.
Well, I think you mentioned breaking learning into manageable chunks, kind of just breaking it up a little bit. We talk about multisensory learning techniques, meaning that kind of just mash it up and learning through different ways. Listen, see, and all of those kind of things. Gamification, I think, is also great. Always tailor it.
Came up Duolingo, right? So everyone knows about Duolingo, but I know there's a British one that came up, Golingo. Yeah, that sounds super cool as well.
Great. That's a great one.
Gamification doesn't really also work with everyone. So it depends on whatever rocks your boat, kind of. Yeah, like that's it. You just find what works for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think those school is fun.
And one last
passionate about.
And what? Yeah. Passion over content and hyperfocus. Learn about hyperfocusing and how you can hyperfocus it, because sometimes 15 minutes of hyperfocus is better than 1 hour of splitted or
that sounds a lot like a high intensity interval training session. Like I had a coach who told me, a personal trainer, he's like, don't spend an hour on the treadmill, run for 10 minutes like a sprint, and you'd be losing more calories and burning more the entire day. And that sounds a lot like the hypersensory that you just spoke about, right?
Exactly.
Similar.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, what's the technique there?
The hyperfocus?
Yeah.
I think, just go for sound therapy or flow state related materials. Yeah, I think that's you can also incorporate movement into learning. You can listen to our podcast while walking, running, to be able to retain focus. Sometimes instead of sitting down and trying to learn.
I know it's not easy.
Learn on the go.
It can be very boring sometimes, right? And it's like, I have to exercise my brain trying to understand this man. Give it a try. Yeah. It shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, I don't want to rain on your parade, Bibi, but we have to wrap it up, and that's it. So ADHD is the new normal. Just just
don't be ashamed of it. We all have some sort of it, right? No, it's no problem about it. We shouldn't be running away from it. We should be just engaging with it to try to find how do we manage it. Yeah, it's like normal. It's the new normal, as you said.
It's the new normal.
All right, Peter. I know you suffer a lot more from ADHD than I do, so let's wrap it up very quickly.
Let's do that. Bye-bye, your ADHD learners. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.